Good evening, night owls. On this very special day, I bring you a Christmas story featuring some of your favorite characters. This tale is a carol of stray souls. So sit tight, get comfortable, and gather around the fire. And afterwards, I hope you'll stay for some relaxing music to help give you pleasant dreams on this beautiful Christmas night. Marley was dead to begin with. There is no doubt whatsoever about that. The night has settled in gently, the way it always does at the end of December. Snow gathers along windowsills, street lights glow through frost like distant stars. Somewhere nearby, a clock counts the seconds with patient precision. And yet, death is not the only thing that lingers when the year draws to a close. You sit alone this evening, not because you were forgotten, but because you chose the quiet. You told yourself long ago that solitude was easier, cleaner, that expectations only led to disappointment, and that hope was an expense you could no longer afford. But Christmas came anyway, as it always does. You scoffed at the decorations, the early music, the forced cheer. You shut your door against it all and called it peace. But peace, you are learning, is not the same as emptiness. The fire is burned low. The room feels colder than it should. And the night is watching you. There is a moment, just before everything changes, when the air seems to hold its breath. This is that moment. The shadows stretch along the walls, bending in ways shadows should not. The familiar becomes strange, and the ticking clock grows louder, then suddenly stops. You are not frightened yet, but you should be. Bad habits have dulled your instincts. You have lived too long telling yourself that nothing surprises you anymore. A presence forms behind you. The cold arrives first, sharp and immediate, like winter air drawn straight into your lungs. The first spirit came upon you with no flourish, no announcement. It did not come to soothe. It came to remind. I am the ghost of Christmas past. Rise. You will walk with me. His voice was calm, controlled, unforgiving. However, he regarded you not with malice, but with expectation. Before you could protest, the room dissolved around you. You stood somewhere familiar. Snow-dusted streets, warm lights glowing through frosted windows. A younger version of you stood nearby. The spirit had led you to a Christmas long since past, a time when the world had not yet taught you restraint. You watched yourself hesitate at a doorway. Laughter spilled out from inside, and someone called your name. But you did not answer. This was the Christmas you learned silence, a gift left unopened, a message unsent, a promise quietly broken. You remember, don't you? And what came of this Christmas? You feared disappointment more than loneliness, so you chose distance. Do you remember telling yourself it would be easier next year? You did. These were the shadows of things that had been, and they weighed upon your heart. But pain explains you. It does not excuse you. Remember this, or remain as you are. Either way, it's up to you if you see me again. And with that, he was gone. You find yourself back in your chair, heart racing. You barely had time to breathe before warmth rushed in to replace the cold. The fire flared to life. The room felt suddenly full. The second spirit arrived not as a shadow, but as a flame. Boots struck the floor.
I am the ghost of Christmas present. Happy to see me? I hope so. I was hoping to see you on Christmas. But tonight, I have a job. Get up. You're coming with me. This is the party I invited you to. Christmas Eve. Our friends gathered. The agency, the Port Mafia, and a bunch of others. Oh, even Dazai. There was food on the table. Music playing softly. But there was an empty chair. Your chair.
The spirit showed you Christmas as it was being lived at that very moment.
They said you were busy. Again. But were you busy? Really? Or did you want me to show up and drag you out with me? I kept going back and forth in my mind. I didn't want to push you, but I also didn't want to leave you alone, if that's not what you truly wanted. It's not that I don't care, or they stopped caring. Far from it. We just stopped expecting you to show up. You think keeping your distance keeps everyone safe, but all it does is teach us how to live without you. And that hurts more than rejection ever could. Christmas isn't about perfection. It's about showing up. And yeah, that scares the hell out of you. Scares the hell out of me too. But you're still here, which means you still have time. Merry Christmas, sweetheart.
With a final look, he vanished, and with him, the warmth faded as well. Silence returned, heavier than before. Maybe it was the look of his somber expression, or the longing deep in your heart to have taken his invitation earlier. But before you could regret any further, the clock struck again. This time was different. This feeling, no cold, no warmth, just inevitability. The final spirit came as softly as falling snow, and twice as unforgiving. A familiar figure stood before you. Hey, beautiful. I'm the ghost of Christmas yet to come. Missed me? Well, I certainly missed you tonight. But this isn't about the present. I am the future. Come on. This one doesn't take too long. You don't recognize this place? What's wrong? You don't remember these decorations? Oh, I see what it is. You're not here. Laughter echoes, but never your name. The spirit showed you the future as it would be, if nothing changed. A gathering continued without pause. Your absence was not remarked upon. Not because we didn't care, once, but because time taught us not to wait. Trust me, I'd wait for you forever if you gave me at least the tiniest scraps. Something to hold on to. Something to hope for. Is this really what you want? To sit in this quiet room, a single light, no cards, and no messages? Loneliness doesn't arrive suddenly. it accumulates. I should know. I was lonely for so long, until I opened myself up and our friends, the agency, and you were there. Which is why I'm here, to show you this future. One where you don't grab my hand when I reach for you. A time where you keep your distance. This is the Christmas where you were remembered briefly, and then, not at all. You want me to take you away from here? Away from this vision? Oh, well, you know I can't resist you, even now. Dearest, futures aren't punishments. They're consequences. I know you're upset, and I hate that thought. But I can't protect you from this. Only you have the power to change the future. Or, I mean, there's always the option that we can just end it all together in a blaze of Christmas glory, right here and right now. No? All right. I was only half serious. But I can see that you are in full serious mode tonight. Well, don't make that face. You still have time. Now, it's time to wake up. You awoke with a gasp. Morning light filtered through the window. Snow still fell, but the room felt different. You were alive. You were present, and the night had done its work. You remembered the words that would ring in your heart all Christmas Day long. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. And so it was said of you that you knew how to keep Christmas well. Not through grand gestures, but through the simple, brave act of opening the door. The bells rang, the fire burned warmly, and the story came gently to its end. Merry Christmas, Night Owls, and thank you so much for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. I look forward to telling you many more stories in the new year.